Hello friends, welcome again to Nanaaba's Kitchen. And if you stopped by for the first time today, I want to say a warm welcome to you. Thank you so much for stopping by. And to my returning subscribers, thank you all very much. On the menu today is our chicken stir-fry sauce. It's going to be packed with a lot of nutrition and it's going to be absolutely delicious. I cannot wait to begin, so let's wash our hands and start. Yes, friends, so what I love about this recipe is how my children find it to be one of their ultimate indulgence. And I have made it multiple times for them and it's never failed. They eat everything and go for seconds and thirds. You need a whole lot of vegetables and you can use whichever vegetables you prefer. So as you can see, I am prepping all of my ingredients and that makes cooking very quick and easy. So all of my vegetables have been cut up to my preferred shapes and sizes. So I have my red onions, my bell peppers, yellow, green, red. I also have some scallions or spring onions, and I have some cilantro, and then I also have shallot onions, which I have chopped finely, as well as garlic, ginger, and also habanero. Now here's the chicken. Now with the chicken, I have found that the dark meat portions taste a whole lot better because they're more flavorful and they're juicier also in the end. So I have chicken thighs here and the skins have been removed as well as the bones, and I have also trimmed off all the excess fat and I'm cutting them into bite-sized pieces. Now friends, when prepping chicken especially, I will recommend prepping it on a different chopping board. Also, I recommend using a plastic chopping board as opposed to a wooden chopping board to prep your chicken, as the wooden chopping board tends to be more absorbent and it is harder to clean and totally remove any absorbed contaminants. Also, clean all your surfaces thoroughly right after prepping your chicken, including your hands, before you move on to the next step. It is time now to season our chicken and get it cooking. So I have some salt, the amount is per your preference, and now I'm going to use some black and white peppercorns. Amount is 1/4 teaspoon each, and I have 1/2 teaspoon of aniseed, which I'm going to grind till I get a coarse texture. Now I will take about 1/2 teaspoon of this mixture and add it to 1/4 teaspoon of my homemade curry powder and dry powdered thyme, and all of this will go straight onto the chicken. Now these flavors work very well together because the curry powder, it tends to be an assertive ingredient. However, the rest of the ingredients going onto the chicken will help to tone down the flavors, presenting a very bright and fresh taste in the end. I'm adding 1/2 teaspoon of chopped ginger, 1 teaspoon of chopped shallot. Now that's 1/4 teaspoon of chopped habanero, and all of that is going to go now onto the stove, and we're going to stir everything together. We're cooking on medium heat for only 6 minutes because we don't want to overcook the chicken at this point. We're not adding any water either, as you'll see shortly here that the chicken will develop its own juices, just like so. So give it a quick stir after 6 minutes and you're done. Turn the stove off and we're ready for the next step. Now you want to separate the chicken pieces from the broth and get it ready for deep frying. While your oil is heating, we're going to add a couple teaspoons of all-purpose flour to the chicken and toss it because we want each piece to be lightly coated with the flour. Now gently and carefully immerse your chicken pieces into the hot oil. Please be careful. I'm a huge advocate for having fun in the kitchen, but I want you to do it safely at all times. Now we're using that light coating from the flour to gain a quick caramelization. So you see that color turning golden brown without drying out the chicken pieces. The goal here is to get the chicken pieces to be nice, succulent, and juicy while also caramelized, because that's synonymous to a lot of flavor. So remove the chicken pieces and set them aside. Now we need only 2 to 3 tablespoons of the same oil we fried the chicken in. So now we're pouring in our chopped onions, which is the shallot onions, ginger, the garlic, and the habanero. And we're going to cook that for about 2 minutes. I'm also going to season at this point with some salt to help these ingredients to sweat nicely. Next, add your coarsely ground black and white black pepper with the aniseed from the beginning and a 1/4 teaspoon of your thyme and the curry powder. And stir it in. You only want to cook this for 2 minutes or under because you have your freshly chopped garlic in here, which can quickly burn and render your entire sauce bitter. We don't want that to happen. Now I'm adding 2 tablespoons of reduced tomatoes. So I blended and I also cooked it on the stove for a while to reduce the mixture. Now I also added a teaspoon of all-purpose flour to thicken the sauce. Stir all of that in nicely and add your chicken stock. Rinse your pot with about a 1/4 cup of water and add it because you want your sauce to be thin at this point. Once you add the chicken, remember we coated it with flour, so it's going to thicken the sauce even more. So you want your sauce to be nice and thin at this point prior to adding the chicken as we just did. And stir all of that in and just look at this goodness happening right now. So mouth-watering. And the aroma is just perfect. We've been cooking for under 20 minutes so far. Once you prep all your ingredients, the cooking is nothing. So add all of your prepped ingredients from the beginning in terms of the vegetables and stir all of that in nicely. Just look at the sauce that's formed around it. It's just beautiful. Now, and also add your cilantro or your coriander leaves as well as the scallions. And your cooking is done because those ingredients don't need to be cooked too much. Turn your heat off. Let the residual heat do the rest of the cooking. You are ready to serve. Another exciting way of using this recipe is for entertaining family, friends who come over. If you do it though, a word of caution, you have to cook a lot of this because people will go for seconds and thirds. I guarantee you that. Just look at this. And I served it with the rice and it was just absolutely perfect. Thank you all so much for watching, for subscribing, for your support and your love. Make it a great day and as always, have fun, especially in that kitchen.